if he jumps into Pittsburgh, do you think you can beat him?
I do.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 1 week out physique update from Wesley Vissers. Now I don't know about you guys, but him hitting that most muscular in this ideal lighting, I have got to say the man looks pretty damn impressive here. The legs in particular, they are looking way fuller here compared to what we saw at this past Arnold. Now the idea after this year's Arnold wasn't to hit the legs in the gym as hard as it was possible for Wesley, because he just wasn't gonna grow his legs in just 4 weeks time. The idea was to bring that fullness back to the point before Wesley got sick, before this year's Arnold, when he was puking and he had severe diarrhea. And that is why I 100% believe that this surely will be a much better package than what we saw at this past Arnold a few weeks ago. And it is kind of predetermined at this point that all the eyes, they will be on Wesley's quads and how they look relative to his upper body at this upcoming Detroit Pro, which is now only a week away. And it is highly unlikely that the judges are going to reward him with first place if there is still some imbalance between his upper and lower body. And it isn't that Wesley's physique declined so much over the last 1 year that he went from first to fifth at the Arnold, Ohio. There is another side of the story as well, the competition in classic physique that is improving at such a fast pace. And unlike Wesley, most of them, they are very much balanced top to bottom. Just take McGregor for instance, who by the way is gonna be Wesley's biggest competition at this upcoming Detroit Pro in 1 week time. So his quads are the best part of his physique, and Matt just beat him at this past Arnold. So unless Wesley shows up way improved, especially in terms of the size of his legs, and if he doesn't have somewhat of a balance between his upper and lower body, he's gonna get exposed automatically, especially in the lower half, especially from the legs. And if we take a look at Wesley's physique from the Arnold 224 last year, when he won it, it was absolutely the perfect peak for him. And the shows that he has done afterwards, he just did not have that kind of eye-catching fullness in any of the shows, like the Olympia last year or the Arnold this year. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, Wesley is shutting this season down anyway after this year's Detroit Pro. But that being said, he would definitely like to end the season on a high note. Guys, Hostile just launched some new signature and Dark Knight hoodies and new range of colors in their iconic Shield tee, so do check them out and use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have an update from the Iranian phenomenon, Behrooz Tabani. So 2 shows as of right now have been confirmed by Behrooz Tabani and also by his coach, Milo Sorsev so far. So Behrooz is gonna defend both the shows that he won last year, and they were Italy Pro and Dubai Pro. So getting in shape, that isn't a difficult task for a guy like Behrooz Tabani, and that too at all. The man is one of the only few guys out there who trains twice a day still, just like they used to do back in the 90s. And he just gets ready for any show in just a matter of a few weeks. So except for the year 2021, which by the way was his rookie year, there hasn't been a single year where Behrooz Tabani did not win a pro show. So him winning another one, or another 2, that is written on the cards at this point. He just has the physique for that. But will he finally get to the US this time, with this new administration in the US? Well, only time will tell. However, we do know that Behrooz is gonna shake up that Olympia top 6, if he gets there. So his biggest weakness when he first came onto the scene, they were his legs. And they just aren't his weak point anymore. Because looking at his physique right now, he looks so massive. And with all that growing that Behrooz has done over the past 3 or so years, still, he has been able to maintain such a small waistline. And that makes him extremely dangerous, even for those top 6 spots at the Olympia level. And the most important aspect is that Behrooz Tabani never comes in off. Every time he steps on stage, the man is 100% on. He almost had that familiar kind of hardness and the gritty look that the Persian Wolf Hadi Choopan has. Now Behrooz won 100 grand last year by winning Dubai Pro. So this year, he will have this opportunity to win another $140,000, which is gonna be life-changing for him. So he is 100% going for that shoe.
Proving to myself I've only just begun.
So this update of the mutant Nick Walker, with the kind of mindset that Nick Walker is having while prepping for the most important show of his career, of his life, maybe people should start believing in Nick's ability to beat his 2022 Olympia physique and the fact that he can get into that top 3 once again, or at the very least, be in the mix for those top spots at the Olympia. So this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, that is gonna be the most crucial show for a guy like Nick, and that too for so many reasons. First of all, he's coming back after dropping out of the Olympia last year, and that too for an unexplainable reason. And secondly, although he did beat Martin-Fitzwater last year at the New York Pro, but that was a very close call. That was by just 1 point. And this argument that Nick was top 3 at the Olympia, that just isn't valid anymore, since the competition right now, that is a lot more difficult with a guy like Samson Dauda being the reigning Mr. Olympia.
I mean, I personally don't know why they stopped. You know, people act like they don't have shit that happens in their lives, and you know, it becomes a disruption. So I don't really know why they stopped to begin with. They know who I am.
And even some of these other guys, like Andrew Jack, who is also top 5, and Hunter Labrada, who also brought such an awesome package. So all these guys, they have been able to massively improve since 2022. And these are the guys that Nick was able to beat back in 2022. And he was able to make top 3, just behind Derek and Hadi Choopan. So Nick's journey to the top, or in the worst case scenario, his decline can start in 7 weeks' time at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro. So there is nothing new with Nick Walker's confidence. Going into this show, he always had that winning mentality, that never giving up mindset, and Pittsburgh Pro is gonna show how mentally tough he can be. So, if the reigning Arnold champion, Derek Lunsford, actually decides to do this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, that will change the game plan for Nick Walker and for Martin as well. Because Stefan's coach Martin, they did say that if Derek makes it official that he's in for this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, they will try and push the conditioning to a whole new level this time around. And the aim will be to exceed his conditioning from the Olympia last year, which by the way was his all-time best. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount.
How's he looking at 7 weeks out?
Very, very good. I'm super happy. She just sent me some pictures again from the back. You know, I still want to get rid of all those mobility problems.
So the bodybuilding media has been buzzing all day over that one story that Derek put out. Is Derek gonna jump into this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro in 7 weeks' time? Which, by the way, is the first ever Pittsburgh Pro. And thankfully, Fuad had Martin-Fitzwater on the bodybuilding and the bollocks today. And the same question was asked to Martin on how he feels about Derek doing this show. So this is exactly that type of response that you would expect from a fierce competitor like Martin.
If he jumps into Pittsburgh, do you think you can beat him?
I do. I hope he jumps into Pittsburgh, man. Like I
Do
said, this is
do you think you can match his level of conditioning?
yes, for sure.
And this winning mentality, as well as that self-belief that is required in order to excel from this point onwards. And with all that talk that's been going on about how much Nick Walker is gonna weigh on the stage, Martin has an altogether different perspective here. He just wants to be shredded inside out. And not many people are gonna believe that Martin in 2022 at Texas Pro, he was heavier at that show compared to his look at the New York Pro last year, or his weight was almost similar at both these shows. But they were just entirely different looks because he was so freaking peeled and also full as a house.
That old conditioning that you had, Martin, in those old pictures you showed me,
Oh yeah,
with the new muscle, that would freak a lot of people out.
that's the goal, bro.
So right now at 7 weeks out, Martin looks very comfortable with the way things are looking for him. His coach Stefan is extremely confident that this will be Martin's all-time best look that we have ever seen to date. And it really takes some courage asking a former Miss Olympia and the reigning Arnold champion Derek Lunsford, who we just saw shocking the entire bodybuilding world just a few weeks ago by beating Samson Dauda, to come and compete at this show at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro. Not a lot of physique updates have been posted by Martin in the recent past, but the people who have seen Martin in person Like what? They all seem to be very impressed with how Martin is looking right now.
I would like to chase a little bit for even more condition, especially if Derek comes, you
Yeah.
know, but still having all the attributes he has when there is that dense full look, you know.
So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.